Welcome back to Gina's table. It's been a while, hasn't it? This is the table where you can come just as you are. You can come when you have a cold, when you are excited that school has started, when you are a little nervous about school starting, or maybe school doesn't even affect you. This is a place where you can come if you are processing grief, if you are the happiest you've ever been. This has been a whirlwind of a summer. I could have never scripted at the beginning of this year all the things that would unfold in 2024. And while there's a lot of similarities to 2020 and 2024 that we don't need to get into right now, I will tell you that this has been one of the hardest seasons that I've had to walk through. I've taken a break from doing my podcast mainly because it has just been so much to process and deal with in the last few weeks. And so here is just a short Gina's table to let you know that I am coming back and that there is some exciting things happening. A new nonprofit that's been formed, speaking engagements, ways that I can come to where you are, and how I want to empower you to create tables. My mission hasn't changed. There's just a lot that has been affected over the summer. For those of you who don't know, we lost Jason's brother very unexpectedly at the age of 46 at the end of May. And there have been many details and things to work through since that time. The thing about grief is there's no time limit, there's no timetable. And just about the time you think that you've gotten all the news and you've processed everything you possibly can process, something else pops up and you find yourself processing some more, grieving in a way you thought you had already grieved. And so it has been that kind of summer. It has also been the summer of loss, the year of loss. In February, Jason lost an uncle. In May, we lost his brother. And just last week, I lost one of my very favorite uncles. And so we are in the process of just grieving and learning to live life in these new realities. While I am confident of some things, I am still very unsure of others. I am trying to work through, as I've been talking with you, my own faith journey, believing that God isn't finished with me yet, and that faith can be deeper and stronger and look different than maybe what we originally thought it would when we started our journey with Jesus. And so I hope that you will continue to gather at my table in the weeks ahead, that you will be praying and thinking about how you too can start a table where people can come and find community, find a safe place to talk about faith and family and work and all of the things that our world is throwing at us. We don't need more social media keyboard warriors. We need real life relationships where we can process all the things that are happening to us. One of the verses that I have been praying over my family and us in the last few days, and I'm reading this out of the Message translation found in Romans 8, and it says that we are basically waiting for God, right? We're in these moments of expectant waiting for God. We aren't sure what's happening. So in Romans 8, 26 through 28, again in the Message, it says, meanwhile, the moment we get tired in waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside, helping us along. If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. He does our praying in and for us, making prayer out of our wordless sighs, our aching groans. He knows us far better than we know ourselves, knows our pregnant condition, keeps us present before God. That's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God is worked into something good. And I'll be honest, I haven't known what to pray or how to pray. There have been moments where all I could do was cry, yell, scream, sigh, sit in silence because I really didn't know what words to say. But I also understand that when I am in that place, that the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, the one that Jesus left for us, is working in me, through me and for me before my Father. And so I rest in that and I cling to that. And that I know that these things may not ever make sense this side of heaven, that God is working things together. And while I don't understand it, and while I have a lot of questions, I have to rest in the sovereignty of God. And there's a lot about his sovereignty that I don't understand. But that's where faith comes in. Faith is a funny thing. As I've been talking about, you've heard me say, as I've wrestled with what it is and what it looks like in this season of my life. And what God is revealing to me over and over and over is it's in these moments of question and digging deeper and being silent and being real before him that he's probably doing the most work. So I encourage you, whatever season you are in, I know it's back to school time and you may be getting ready for school. Whatever season you find yourself in, maybe this is the first time you're not getting ready for school or whatever it is. I'm hopeful that you will be able to rest in the season that God has you in, being able to see all that he's doing, maybe not immediately, but resting in the fact that he is doing something. He's always at work. That's what I'm convincing and telling myself and believing in this season. So Gina's Table is coming back. This was just a quick little update to let you know that next week, which will be I don't even know, whatever next week is. It's that kind of day. Today is August the 13th, I believe. So we'll be back on August 20th with a full episode of Gina's Table. I hope you'll be there. And until then, grab a cup of tea, your favorite drink, ask someone to join you at the table, and let's build authentic, real community.